Okay, so let's get started. We'll need 4 simple ingredients. A bar of laundry soap, Flax naphtha or Zote soap, borax, super washing soda, not baking soda. And today I'll be using my Zote soap. I've used it several times, but I've only used it to make dry laundry detergent. So today I'll be using it to make a liquid laundry detergent. Okay, so we're going to use 1/3 of the bar of Zote soap. And you can use a cheese grater for this, and I actually do have one, but since I'm in the process of moving, I've packed it already, so I decided to try and use this meat tenderizer. And it's working pretty good. It's making it really fine, so I think I'll be using this again whenever I make my dry detergent. It makes the soap really fine. Oh yeah, and let me say this, I've never actually used my Zote to make liquid soap. I've always used the Flax naphtha. So this will be my first time trying it with the Zote soap. It took me an hour to finish grating it all the way down. Okay, now on to the next step. I'm starting out with 1/2 cup of water. And just looking at it, I'm realizing that I probably need to add another 1/2 cup. So that's 1 cup of water. Okay, so now I'll wait for it to come to a medium boil. I don't want it to get really hot. I just want to bring it to like a really medium like boil before I add the soap. So I think it's about ready now. So I'm adding the Zote soap, and I'll use my spatula to mix it in with the water to get it started. And just mix it up as best as you can. And it's kind of reminded me of mashed potatoes right now. It's like when you add them to water and the potatoes kind of absorb all the water. So even with that going on, I decided to just try and mix it in. Use a spatula to help get it going. So I'm just gonna let that boil for a couple of minutes. And what I'm noticing is it needs more water. I only use a 1/2 cup of water whenever I use my Flax naphtha. So I'll go ahead and add another 1.5 cups to my Zote soap. And right now the soap is it's soft. It's kind of reminding me of dumplings. So I'll just heat this up again and use my spatula to help melt the soap into the water. And remember, do not let this boil into a hard boil. Okay, this is about 4 minutes in, and I'm noticing still that the soap is really not melting down like the Flax naphtha. So I'm just going to keep stirring and letting it boil a little longer. Okay, so meanwhile, I'll go ahead and get my other ingredients ready. I've added 3 gallons of hot water to my bucket, and now I'll add 1/2 cup of my borax. And just pour it right in. So now I'll just use my gigantic whisk to melt the borax into the water. And if you don't have a whisk, you can use a large spoon or a paint stick, anything that's long enough to mix the water. So next I'll use a 1/2 cup of the washing soda. I forgot to show you guys the picture of it, so just mix that into the hot water also. And so now I'm ready for my soap. I ended up boiling this soap for about 10 minutes. And so off into the water, and I started mixing with my whisk. And even though the heated soap still had lumps, it melted right away into the water mixture. And I use a spatula to scrape the rest of it out the pot into this bucket also. So now that everything's mixed, I'll let this sit for 24 hours. Okay guys, I'm back and it's been 24 hours. Let's see what we have here. Alright, let me grab my whisk. And as you can see, it's like a gelatin. It's really, really thick, and that's a good sign. I'm really happy with this. And it's all the way to the bottom. There's no separation of water and gelatin. So now I'm just using my whisk to break the gelatin down into liquid form again. And I'll just put the camera up for a minute until I get that done. Be right back. Okay, I'm back guys, and as you can see, it's back down to liquid form. It's really thick. Okay, I'm really happy with this. My laundry detergent is a success. So, the Zote soap has an odd fragrance. It's hard to describe it. All I could say is that it smells like soap. So, I'm thinking that lemon might complement it. So, I'll be putting in 20 drops of my lemon essential oil and mixing that in. And what I found out, it really did calm the fragrance down, but not enough, so I decided to add 10 drops of lime essential oil, and I really like the way that came out. So now I'll just use a pitcher to fill my gallon jugs, and this recipe will make you 3-gallon jugs of laundry detergent. I actually ended up having a little bit more, and I put that into a mason jar, but I'll show you that at the end of the video. And normally I would use milk jugs, but my son loves Arizona tea, and he had a lot of these jugs, so I took 3 of them. These are a whole lot sturdier. And so this is what I had left over, and I just put it into one of my little mason jars with the handle. And that's a good gift idea if you decide to make a lot of this just to give away. And I forgot to mention, whenever you're doing just a regular load, use like a 1/4 cup for just a regular load. But if you have some really heavily soiled laundry, then I would go with a full cup. But yeah, as you see, I have 3-gallon jugs of laundry detergent, and this is just a mixture of my dry laundry detergent. And you can make that too with the same exact measurements. The only thing is you leave out the water. Okay guys, that's it for tonight. So I hope you try this at home, and if you do, please let me know. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.